In this lesson, we're going to look at action hooks in WordPress, and then I'm going to show you guys how you can use these action hooks and combine them with Beaver Builder templates to do some really powerful things. Now, if you're not familiar with what an action hook is in WordPress, two things: they are part of WordPress core, so they're worth getting to know because you will use them a lot as you're designing and developing websites. And the second thing that I want to point out is that even though there are some action hooks that are built into the WordPress core, your theme will also register its own action hooks. So the action hooks that you have available to you will depend on your theme and will be different to the ones that I'm using in this video. But the logic will still remain the same, that you find the action hook that you want to use and then you insert the Beaver Builder template that you want to use. If that doesn't make sense, by the end of this video, you're going to completely understand what I'm talking about right now. So don't stress, let's keep going and let's start making sense of action hooks and Beaver Builder templates. So to summarize what an action hook is in WordPress, action hooks allow you, when a page is loading, to jump in and output content at different parts of your page. So for example, as this page is loading, I'm using the Beaver Builder theme and the Beaver Builder child theme. So the Beaver Builder theme has a hook before the header, and then after the header, and then before the footer and after the footer. And to build on this, this is the header here in the Beaver Builder theme. And then this is my content here. So the page content that I built using Beaver Builder. So after the header, there is an action hook that is called FL after header. And that allows me to insert content after the header, but before the content. And that's exactly what I'm doing here with this newsletter strip. So this newsletter strip is a Beaver Builder template that I've gone ahead and designed. Once I've designed this Beaver Builder template with this subscribe module and content in it, I've used an action hook to output that template after the header and before the content. And that is for every page. So if I navigate between my pages, you'll see that this subscribe row is output on every page after the header. So that's how you use action hooks and Beaver Builder templates, and that's why you would want to, because I can just add a quick line of code, and now this template that I've designed using Beaver Builder is output after the header on every page. I don't have to manually go in and insert this row after the header on every page. A simple line of code allows me to do that. Another great instance of when you might want to use a Beaver Builder template and then output that using an action hook is on your blog posts. So if we go to our blog, so this is our blog page, so our blog archive, and this contains the list of all our blog posts. So let's go ahead and let's click on a blog post to view just that single blog post. So now we're viewing just this blog post, and again, this Beaver Builder template is output after the header because it's being output after the header on every page. And then here's the content of our blog post. And then we have this strip here. So this is actually a Beaver Builder template, and I'm outputting this after the content of the blog post. And this is for every blog post. So if I go back to my list of blog posts, and then I scroll down and then I click on another blog post, if I scroll down to the end of this blog post, you'll see that that Beaver Builder template, so this row with our subscribe content in it, is there. So that's why these are so powerful, is that action hooks allow you to insert these Beaver Builder templates in particular sections on your page. But if I want to go ahead and edit this, I can just go back to my dashboard, go to my template section, and I can see after post subscribe, I can click to launch Beaver Builder to edit this template. So there it is. And then I could go ahead and I could change this title from Get Our Best Projects to Get Our Latest Projects. And then I could save this. And then I click done and publish the changes. So I'm saving this Beaver Builder template. And then if I go back and view a blog post, and then scroll down, you'll see that title has changed to Get Our Latest Projects. And that's going to be the same for every blog post. So using an action hook, I'm outputting that Beaver Builder template at the bottom of every post. And if I want to edit that, I simply edit that Beaver Builder template and it updates at the end of every blog post that I'm outputting it on. So there are two things that I've set up for this lesson. And just by running you through how I've set them up and how they all work, you're going to not only understand how action hooks work and then how Beaver Builder templates can be hooked on to use them, but it's also going to generate some ideas for you to go ahead and edit your websites and start doing this sort of stuff for yourself. Really powerful stuff, and I use this for everything that I do. Now, another great example of using an action hook and a Beaver Builder template on your website, and one that I use in every website that I build using Beaver Builder. If we scroll down the bottom, this is my footer row. So I've designed this and I've saved this as a Beaver Builder template. So this is actually a saved global row. And what I can do is, using an action hook, I can output this at the bottom of every page on my website. So I don't have to go ahead and drag this row into the bottom of every page of my website. I can design this template once and then using an action hook. So there's an action hook in the Beaver Builder theme to output content at the bottom of a page. I can go ahead and use that action hook to output this row at the bottom of every page. So the first template that I want to show you guys how to output using an action hook is this one that appears after the header on every page. So it's this template here that contains this subscribe bit of content. So the first thing we need to do is create this Beaver Builder template. So to do that, we go back to our dashboard. And then we want to go to templates and then all templates. And then you would click add new, and then you would design the template that you want to output after the header. So I don't want to spend time doing that in this lesson because this is more focused on how to output a template using an action hook, not actually designing using Beaver Builder. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've created a template that we're going to output. And that is this one here, and that's after header subscribe. So if we click to view this template, so this is the Beaver Builder template that I want to output after the header. So if we go back and view our home page, we can see that the header is here, and then this is the content that we've built using Beaver Builder for our home page. And we can see that if we launch Beaver Builder to edit this home page, this is the header of our theme, so I can't drag and drop things in there. But if I hover on this row, this is where the content of our page that we can build using Beaver Builder starts. So I'll just get out of this. So we're trying to add content between our header and our content. And so to do that, we need to find the action hook that appears after our header. So to do that, we need to either do a Google search for the theme that we're using. So if you're not using the Beaver Builder theme or a Genesis child theme, which I know has documentation, your theme most likely does. So you'll just need to source an action hook that appears after the header and before the content. So for the Beaver Builder theme, there's two ways that we can find the action hooks. If we go back into our code editor and we view our themes files, so here's the parent Beaver Builder theme. And then we can go down, and the header.php file we could open with our code editor. And then we can just review the code. So we can see this is where our page starts. This is our header. So there's do_action. So these do_actions, they indicate that they're an action hook that you can add content onto. So do_action_fl after header is the one that we want to focus on for outputting our content after the header in the Beaver Builder theme. So we will copy that fl after header and then go back to our functions.php file in our active child theme. And then we go add_action. and then in quotes, the name of the action hook, comma, and then in inverted commas again, the name of the function that we want to trigger on this action hook. So I usually just do underscore and then the name of the action hook. So I copy, and then I paste it. So we're saying on the action hook FL underscore after underscore header, do this function. So then we need to write this function. So on a new line, we write function, space, the name of our function, and then we do some brackets, and then we begin our function. So again, this is basic PHP. It would take me too long to go through this lesson and explain how this all works, because this video is more focused on how you can leverage action hooks with templates, and it's not focused on how to use action hooks. So there might be a little bit of time that you need to spend going and understanding how an action hook works, but trust me, it is invaluable and you will use it every day. So let's keep going. So we've got our action hook here, and on that action hook we're going to do this function, and here is our function here. And now we just need to output the Beaver Builder template. So the way that I like to output Beaver Builder templates is using the Beaver Builder shortcode. So the Beaver Builder shortcode is a shortcode that is built into the Beaver Builder plugin, and using it allows you to output a template. And the way that we need to do this is we write echo. So this means we're going to be outputting the content of this. Do underscore shortcode. And then inside these brackets, we put some quote marks, and then we want to write our actual shortcode. So to write a shortcode, we know that we open and close square brackets, and then we write our shortcode inside this. Now the Beaver Builder shortcode is FL underscore builder underscore insert underscore layout. We want to write slug equals, and then double quote marks, and then inside that we want to add the slug for this template we're inserting. So if we go back to the dashboard of our website, so this is a Beaver Builder template that we want to output using this action hook, so after the header. So if we click on that, then we can get the slug from this page. Now you can get the slug in many different ways in WordPress. So one way is to come up here to screen options and click. And then you'll see there's a slug checkbox, and if you check that and scroll down, you'll get this new meta box, and all you have to do is copy and paste this because this is the slug for this template. Another way is if you click edit, this is the slug here as well. So there's a couple of ways, there's more ways, but they're the two ways that I'll show you in this lesson. So let's go ahead and we'll just copy. So copy, and then let's go back to where we're editing this function, and we paste this in the slug. So currently we have do this shortcode, the Beaver Builder shortcode that comes with the Beaver Builder plugin, slug equals, and then the slug of the template we want to output. So one more attribute that we can add to this shortcode is type equals, and then inside these quote marks we want to write FL builder template. So that function here, these 4 lines of code, is responsible for outputting this template here. And that's literally all there is to doing this. So we're going to go ahead and do the footer, and we're going to do that section that appears after every blog post. But this is the exact logic that we're just about to repeat for another 2 times. You design the template, and then you go back to your child theme, and then in the functions.php file, you find the hook that you want to be using in your theme. And again, the hooks available in your theme will depend on the theme you're using. So you need to go out and find what hooks are available to you. And then you just put a function there. And then inside that function, you output the shortcode. And the shortcode you're outputting is this shortcode here, which comes with the Beaver Builder plugin. So now that we understand the logic of how this all works, how you can use an action hook to hook in and then insert a Beaver Builder template, let's go ahead and create our next one, which is that subscribe template that appears at the bottom of every blog post in our website. So let's jump over to the templates section in our website. And just like before, I've gone ahead and designed this Beaver Builder template. So if we click to view this template, so after post subscribe, you can see here it is down the bottom here. So we're going to output this at the bottom of every blog post. So to find the action hook that I want to be using to output this at the bottom of every blog post, I could again go through my themes files and try and find that do_action and then get the name of that hook. Or what I could also do is I could go to the Beaver Builder knowledge base and they actually have it documented. So if I type in Beaver Builder theme action hooks and then click on theme action references, I can see that these are all the hooks that are available in the Beaver Builder theme. So I would just go down and I could find FL post bottom meta open, FL post bottom meta close. So I could just copy that and then go back to my child theme and then begin inserting the template that way. Now, if you're using another theme and you're not sure where to find your action hooks, what I suggest, just go to Google and then type in the name of your theme and then action hooks. So if you're using a Genesis child theme, you could write Genesis theme action hooks. So you have hook reference and you also have this visual hook guide. I like the visual hook guide, so if you click on that, you can see that it shows all the hooks that you have and where they appear on the page. So for the Beaver Builder theme, we just use the FL underscore after underscore header action hook to output that template after the header in the Beaver Builder theme. So for Genesis, you have this Genesis underscore after underscore header action hook. So if you were trying to do what we've just done and output that template after the header, you would just copy this, go back to your child theme, and we would replace this action hook that is in the Beaver Builder theme with this hook that is available in the Genesis child theme. So now this would work with Genesis. It would be hooking on to this action hook and then doing this function, and this function outputs this content. So that's how that works. So to continue on with this example of adding this Beaver Builder template at the bottom of the blog post in the Beaver Builder theme, what I do is I go back to the functions.php file in my child theme, and because I've already got an action hook outputting a Beaver Builder template, I just copy that and then I paste it, and then I just need to change this action hook. So if I go back to the documentation, I copy this. So this is post bottom. This allows me to add content at the bottom of my posts. So I replace the after header action hook with this hook here, and then do underscore, I just replace this with the name of that hook again. So do underscore FL post bottom meta close. So that's the name of my function. So I copy that, and the function, I just replace that. So now on this action hook that appears at the bottom of all blog posts, I'm doing this function, and this function is here. And now all I have to do is just change the slug to the slug of the new template that I want to output at the bottom of every blog post. So again, let's find the slug of the template that we want to output. So after post subscribe, this is the template that I want to be outputting. So if we click edit and scroll down, there's our slug. So I just select all and copy. And then I go back to the functions.php file that we're editing in our child theme. And I just want to replace the slug. And again, this type, we just always leave that the same fl-builder-template because that just limits this slug to the Beaver Builder template post type. And then we click Save Changes. And then let's go back and view a blog post on our website. And then click Refresh. And you can see now that's output our template on the action hook that fires after every blog post. Now, something that I thought would be really cool to show you guys is if we have this template here that's appearing at the bottom of every blog post on our website, but we want to go ahead and move where this is being output to somewhere else on our page, all we have to do is update the action hook that this template's being output on. So if we go up the top, and let's say we want that to appear before our blog posts. All we have to do is go back and find an action hook that triggers before our blog post and then update our code. So let's go back to the documentation of the Beaver Builder theme and let's find the appropriate action hook. So fl_content_open fires after the opening content. So let's copy that. And then go back to our functions.php file in our child theme. And let's literally, all we have to do is change the action hook to our new action hook. So now we're saying at this section on our page, so wherever this action hook is, which we know is content, so where our content opens, do this function, which is this function here, which outputs the template with this slug here. So we haven't had to change any of that. All we had to do was update the action hook that we're outputting this function on, click Save Changes, and then view our website, and let's refresh the page. And you can see now this is appearing here. So that's how easy it is to change where you're outputting a template on the page. All you have to do is update the action hook that you're firing it on. And again, we could move this before the header. So if we go back to the documentation, so this is the Beaver Builder child theme that we have currently active, and we could say before the top bar. So if we copy that and then go back to the functions.php file in our child theme and then update this action hook and then click Save Changes. If we go back and view our website and refresh the page, you'll see that this template that we're outputting is now going to appear right at the top here. So let's go ahead and refresh the page. And now you can see this is appearing before the top bar. So just like that, just by changing the action hook, we're moving this template that we're outputting wherever we want throughout our website. That's the power of action hooks and how you can leverage them with Beaver Builder templates to design contents on different parts of your page, but still use the drag and drop capabilities of the Beaver Builder plugin. As you can see, action hooks when combined with Beaver Builder templates are incredibly powerful. We know that the Beaver Builder plugin only allows us to design the content area of our pages, but by using action hooks, we can still design content using Beaver Builder, save that content as a template, and then output that content using an action hook. So it allows us to build areas using Beaver Builder that aren't our content area in our pages. And by learning and understanding how this all works, you're definitely going to be able to build better looking websites even faster. And just to reiterate that for this lesson, I've used the Beaver Builder child theme, so the action hooks that I have been using are only available in the Beaver Builder theme. If you're using a different theme and you're not sure what action hooks are available to you, and you're not comfortable going through template files and PHP functions, I would suggest just shooting a quick email to your theme developer, asking them where you can find documentation on the different action hooks available in the theme you're using. And when you do find that list of action hooks available to you, jump in and have a go at using the different sort of things that I've used in this lesson, because understanding this really is going to supercharge the different things that you can do when building and designing your websites. So that's it for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's go on to the next one.